14.5 minutes out of 92 minutes is it.
14.5 out of other numbers is it.
That's all that Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice had on screen in the first Beetlejuice.
That's what I was really surprised about watching this film, was how little I saw him.
It's crazy.
It is.
It really is crazy.
I was hoping for more.
Yeah, it was done very well.
It was.
But it would have been a lot of fun to see more of it. But I imagine, back then, some of the different things they had to do with makeup and all that, depending upon what his schedule was, who knows.
Right.
They didn't even have him signed yet when they did the worm scene.
Oh, really?
They already had that produced. They had to add his likeness, the Beetlejuice Michael Keaton likeness, to the worm scene in the house.
Yeah.
Not the sandworm.
Right.
But the big snake in the house or whatever up there. Yeah.
That's strange.
Yeah, because Michael Keaton said, "No way, man." He said, "This, I don't get it.
That's fair.
I don't understand what's going on here."
That's also how I felt when I was watching this. But it was good.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, you're not trying to, tell the story of Mordor.
No. The One Ring shall rule them all.
But another cool thing, this was the very first Netflix DVD sent out in 1998.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Out of all the films to choose, that's kind of crazy.
First one they sent.
Yeah. That would not have been my guess. It wouldn't even been my second or third guess.
No.
Not in my top 10, top 100.
But 1988.
Yeah.
10 years after.
It doesn't seem like it's a 1988 film.
This is an 88 film, but Netflix in 98 sent it out as a DVD.
Maybe it was a 10-year anniversary.
So that was their first, that was like their launch.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That makes no sense to me.
Michael Keaton has said that of all the films that he's in and done, this is his favorite.
He just looks like he's having such a good time.
Yeah.
Like, this is a character where you just don't give any cares in the world.
No.
And you just say what you feel.
He didn't practice any of his lines.
Really?
Most of it was ad-libbed.
Which, again, if you only have 14 minutes in a film.
Yeah, and he was, even back then, he was just that good.
Yeah.
Right? But, did you notice the spelling, too? A lot of people...
That's what I don't understand.
So that is actually... It's named after a bright red star in the constellation of Orion. That's why the spelling is that.
Beetel?
Geuse.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But then, what I don't understand about it is, why is the film not spelled that way?
Because they figured,
a modern audience.
Well, they figured that it would be pretty hard for people to understand. It would turn them off more than it would drive them to the theater.
Yeah, because I love Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
I mean, when I think about a film that I want to see, Beatles and Juice, put them together.
That's right.
What do you got?
You got
this.
You got
gooey. Basically, Hakuna Matata means no worries for the rest of your days.
The studio wanted to call the film House Ghosts.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
But it didn't.
That would have been stupid.
Yeah, I mean it didn't. So then Tim Burton, as a joke, said, "Well, why don't we call it Scared Sheetless?"
That's funny. That's a good one.
And then the studio almost did it. He was like, whoa, this is a joke. Let's not do this.
Pull it back.
Yeah, so pretty cool. I mean, looking at it at this distance now.
Yeah.
And stuff. All these fun facts over the years that have come out and things they're talking about. And obviously we have the iconic scene Deo.
Deo.
That's just...
That's just wild.
It's wild.
There's a lot of times in my life where could you just imagine envisioning that in your head of being like, this is something that could be really good in a film or in a scene, and then being able to put it into practice. Like, that mind to television is just crazy to me. Of nowhere in any moons would I even be able to conceptualize anything close to that.
Right.
But it was so crazy good.
It was.
And it's overall it's a simple idea.
Yeah.
But just amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I could watch this.
I mean, do you sit around and have beers and come up with that stuff what? I don't know.
This has a nightly club where they sing random songs.
Like the jukebox is on in the bar, and they're like, oh, let's do... I mean, what?
Hey. Could you imagine if people were possessed, and just randomly started singing the song? Boom. Genius.
Maybe what you should do is you should collaborate. Some would call conspire, but collaborate with some of your family members and put that on and do a dance scene. Just like 5 or 6 of you. That'd be hilarious.
That'd be so fun.
So like Christmas or something.
Yeah, go to the Mall of America.
Yeah, I guess you could do that.
I mean, if I'm doing a flash mob, I'm not doing it in my house.
But I mean, you're like sitting at the table, and someone just like puts the song on, and you start doing you could pull it off.
I could
film it.
The issue is our family's only like 7 to 8 people,
and
like to get
Christmas
to do it well,
yeah,
you would at least need 5 or 6. So then you just have 2 very confused people, which would be fun.
they would get it.
They would get it, but they'd be confused on how everyone else conspired at the same time, and they didn't know. Flash mobs are very entertaining to me.
Yeah.
It's just so cool, like people just randomly doing things and just shocking. That's what that was to me. Granted, they were all participants.
1993's Nightmare Before Christmas, Jack Skellington was remarkably similar to the one that was on the merry-go-round.
Yeah.
Because Tim Burton was developing that already. Yeah. So that was kind of cool.
Burton verse.
Yeah.
It's a massive world.
Really is.
He's a crazy guy.
Yeah.
I bet his journals are crazy.
Right.
Again, it's just amazing. How many ideas do you think goes through his mind before, we're actually going to develop this?
I would imagine, based off of kind of the things that he does, not much. I bet it's like he's like, let's do that.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
That's also an option. Danny Elfman, though. Sorry, we're going to go everywhere.
Yeah.
I love that guy. Tim Burton and Danny Elfman were made to match when it comes to music and
for sure
movies.
Yeah.
Because those two it's like Hans Zimmer and Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
A lot of times those two always, obviously Christopher Nolan directs, he does the music. Like it's just, again, another match made in heaven of like these two get each other and they're able to support and enhance each other's work so much because of that understanding.
Yeah, absolutely. It is very, very cool. 10th largest grossing film of 1988.
Or the ones above that. What other films can
I don't know. That's what I have.
Oh.
So there.
Fine.
Beetlejuice Eats the Fly.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's from The Fly.
Another film that I have not seen.
So there's one from 58 and one from 86, which Geena Davis was in 86. And so The Fly from the 1958 film says, help me, like in Beetlejuice. So those are those little things that Tim Burton throws in there for those weird things that are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's cool story. Winona Ryder had said that she went in for kind of the basic screen test or whatever they call it, and she was there waiting and just started talking to this guy that came in, and they were chatting up for about 30 minutes, and then she said, she's a kid.
Right.
She's like, do you happen to know when Tim Burton's gonna get here? And he goes, oh yeah, I didn't introduce myself. That's me.
That's so crazy.
And so they just had this really good, Winona Ryder said, this really good, nonchalant 30-minute conversation, and it just went so well, and she was super comfortable.
Yeah.
He thought she was great, and so that's how she got it. But
That's
Alyssa Milano almost got it also.
Oh, interesting.
So, which makes sense. They're about the same age.
Yeah.
So. But yeah. Anyway, that's what I got.
I was going to say something else, then I forgot.
Write that down.
I will. I didn't realize this film was about dead people. Like, when I realized the 2 main characters are dead, and the idea is that they're just going to haunt these people out, I was like, man, I'm so clueless in life that I just had no understanding of what this film. It reminded me of when in college it was like a film literature class, and we watched The Little Mermaid and reviewed it, and I rewatched it, completely forgot she went mute in the film, which is a pretty big fundamental part of the film. And for this one, it's like, oh, these people are dead, and that's the premise of this film.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool because how they do it all.
Yeah.
And then they finally, I really
the arc
that.
is really well done for how weird it is.
Yeah.
Like you see the redemption arc on both sides, which in my mind would be hard to do, because obviously ghosts are typically always like villainous.
Right.
So how do you make audiences care about them and connect with them? And I think that, again, that's where Winona Ryder, I think, really stood out in this film is that she made you really care for these characters, and her parents were kind of jerks. Yeah. That helped.
Her stepmom was terrible.
Yeah. The dad wasn't much better.
No, he was more like distant.
Yeah.
And stuff.
So when you have a terrible mom and a distant dad, it's just like, I guess.
He was just wanted to go off and hide.
Yeah.
So
be a mogul. That's all I have.
Yeah, that's all I've got too. It's fun though.
It is.
A lot of
still
fun.
watch it. CGI is still again, it holds up.
No CGI.
Yeah, no
basically.
CGI. Yeah. The effects, sorry. Is what I should have said. The effects hold up really well. And
your generation and my generation.
That's right.
That's the different term.
That's right.
CGI and
what is the CGI?
Special effects.
Do you get the VHS so we can rewind it with a pencil?
No, that's a cassette tape.
Same but different.
Yeah, hey, so send us a comment. Tell us what you think of Beetlejuice. I mean, you've probably heard of it at least, but let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know what you think of... Never mind. Don't let us know what you think of us. That's what I was going to say. But
That's a terrible idea.
That's a terrible idea. But you can also do that. You can reach out by...
sending us an email at LegitQ@MedyMoviesMix.com.
Woo!
Hammer the share button. Go ahead and hammer out a comment to us. Go ahead and hammer the like button. Go ahead and hammer the subscription button. Go ahead and hammer the notification bells, because you know what? That's the best way you can support us. We appreciate it.